Hello. We finished off with a bit of a stomach series, well, sort of a modified stomach series. We're going to carry on with some side lying to work our legs, our hips, our glutes, our bottoms. So to lie on your side, as we are here, we have a few options. If you have cushion, like this, or your own cushion, you can be here. We're going to start off with the half lever. Okay, nice and long. Think about lengthening that underside waist. Otherwise, your next alternative will be to prop up here, but try not to slump. Easy to do. So you've got that arm back connection, or you can be here. Okay, I'll do a bit of each, or you can hold here. Okay, so making sure your foot's in line with your shin and your knee. You're going to lift and lower that leg. So make sure it's coming from the outer thigh, outer hips. Again, hugging in. So we're not doing this or this. So just lift and lower. So keep strong through that underside waist. So if you want to challenge it, head into the hands into the head, and then forward and back. So a few series of that, and just keep an eye on the feet, and make sure this standing leg, or this still leg, supporting leg, is really pressed into your mat. Lovely. Backwards and forwards, and then we're just going to lift and lower as such. Okay, now let's try knee to knee, heel to heel. Now think about squeezing your bottoms. So you get into your hamstrings, sort of slightly sticking your bottom out. Heel to heel, knee to knee. If it's too much, you can do toe to heel. So probably heel to heel is a bit easier. So really connect your glute muscles, and also your hamstrings will connect as well. Lovely. Now you're going to bring the legs together, squeezing the inner border of the feet. If you've got bunions or anything, remember you can use your heels and open close. Okay, so sticking the bottom out again, really strong glutes. We're going to open and close the legs. Now think about squeezing the bottom, squeeze open, squeeze close, but think about a small tennis ball, even better, a golf ball, open close. Open close, good, really tight, so you really feel it. So the reason why it hurts, you tend to get really weak because we don't use our leg muscles enough. I know we walk, but on the conditioning side, unless you do other things that make you strong. Lovely. And then we can try and bring that knee down, and then the heel, and in and away. Good. In. Ooh, fantastic. Okay, what I'll do now, I'm going to straighten that underneath leg. I know we're doing half lever. I'm going to take over here. So lengthen. So try not to lift just the foot. It's the whole leg working. So even if it doesn't lift, that's absolutely fine. So you're lengthening. That's the main thing, not shortening. Lengthen, lower, making sure it's in line with the hip. And then circle. And then reverse. Good job. Excellent. And bend that knee in. And then the other series, we'll do the longer lever, the straight leg. So now, you'll feel quite stiff here. So if you have a cushion handy, it doesn't matter if you haven't, you may be able to reach. Lying onto your cushion. Okay, still connecting everything. Reaching those arms long. Now reaching that top arm, and you've got that arm back connection as you open. So do this a couple of times. Make sure you've got your standing arm now rather than your leg. Reach, arm back connection, open. Good. So two of these, and then make sure you haven't got anything in the way. So you're going to take it forward. Now you're going to circle. Now you're going to pause as you open out through the chest. Eyes to follow if you can, otherwise it looks so silly if you've got a stiff neck. Pause as you reach past the hips and circle all the way back. Okay, another one. That's our first one, isn't it? Try to lock the elbows. Pause, open. Otherwise, eyes to ceiling if it's hard to follow, and then you become back, gazing to the front. Excellent. Keep everything together. We're going to do the other side. Here we go. Keep cushions handy. So as before, remember the series. Remember, you can have your cushion in between your arms here, again, or you can, this is my favorite one, or the challenging version here. Okay, underside. So just make sure the underside waist is really connected. So try not to do this. So foot in line with the shin and the knee. and lifting low. So again, this is not like a golf ball, but we are lifting high, but we are connecting those hamstrings, outer hips hugging. It's like the outer hips are trying to really hug in. So your knees don't roll out, your feet don't roll out. Lovely. And we're standing like, and we're guilty of that, pressing that underneath leg really tight, and then bring it forward and back without moving the foot. Good job, keep it in line. Connect with glutes. So about, roughly about, I mean, I do probably not counting right. So about 4 to 6 of these, probably done more. Knee to knee, heel to heel, keep connecting. 4 to 6 of these, let's see how you feel with it. I'm just giving you the guidance. Good. And then on our live, we can really work it hard. Excellent. And then we're going to take it just slightly forward and back, and then just to ease it off. And then we're going to the oyster, called the oyster, and it's called the clams in some exercises. So connecting feet together, obviously by means you can use your heels, squeezing. You can lift or keep the leg low, sticking the bottom out, open, close. Think about tennis golf ball. So you really squeezing the bottom to open, squeezing it more to close, open, close. And this leg stays stable. Lovely. And just that extra one, knee to, if you need to do knee to knee, that's fine. Otherwise, knee to mat if you can, heel to heel. Knee to mat. I did do it on the other side, but if you want to touch the floor, it's a bigger move. It's here. Okay, we'll compensate on the other side. And back, good job. And then pressing that leg down, knee to knee. And you can do toe to floor, or heel to floor is a bit harder. Lovely. About 4 to 6 of these as well. Lovely. And then coming back to the center and hold it here. Good job. So we're going to give that leg a break. Underneath leg is straight, lengthen. So remember, we're not just lifting the foot, so we don't really want to go into our knee. Make sure you're not lifting from the knee either. It's can be very painful. So lengthen is coming from the inner thighs, attach into your hip sockets and lengthen. I've had years of practice at this. I was terrible at it. And then into your circles. So about 4 lifts and to 2 to 3 circles each way. Lovely. And that's it for the leg series here. Won't go mad. And then bend the knees again. Grab your cushion. Oh, I've got 2 here because they're quite thin. Okay. Make sure your arms are in front of you. Reach. Arm back connection. Open. And close. Make sure you're not letting go of the arm. So you've got arm back connection. So it's not having the arm all the way here. You don't want to lose that back connection. So making sure you're controlled. So that's number 2, so 2 of those, and then 2 circles, circle round. Pause as you open out through the chest. You can have your eyes to follow, if not, look to the ceiling. Reach past the hips and circle round. And then just come on. Sorry, make sure I've got a wall. Should got enough space. I'll do this in a different room next time. But it's got nice lighting in this one, even it's sort of like 7 o'clock at night over here, so it's light at the moment. Great stuff. Okay, now as I mentioned in our first series, we're going to do side lying and we're going to do some back extension. You won't need your cushion yet now, but I will bring the overboard just in case I do use it. You don't have to have one, but in case you have one handy, don't worry. I've got some lightweights as well. Okay, so onto your front. We're going to really connect legs along in parallel, spin those inner thighs, arm back connection, head in line with the spine. You can see it okay. But the main thing, muscularly, you're pulling the abdominals in. I know you'll feel that as though you're touching, but you're working muscularly. If you just let them go, you really don't want them to flop. So even if you're connecting, it's touching, it's fine, it's working muscularly. Your hip bones are level, your tailbone's long, you're bringing one hand on top of the other, and your neck and your spine is long. So you've got the arm back connection, but what we're going to do, you're going to inhale. As you exhale, if you want to watch the first one, that's fine. You're going to bring the crown of the head, the chest forward into the left. But it's not, I know it's a lift, but you're thinking more lengthening. So using that upper and mid back. We're not interfering at all with that. The lower back stays where it is. The tailbones are reaching towards the feet. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Inhale at the top to lengthen. The chest goes more forward, and then exhale as you lower. If you wanted to, you can keep the head in the hands into the head, and keep the elbows wide, chest forward, and you won't be able to come as high, so there's no room for cheating on this one. So here you can come a little bit higher, but on this one, you come forward, lengthen, stay forward and low. So same thing, inhale, exhale to lift, inhale, about 4 of these is plenty. So you're really working that mid back. One more, inhale, exhale to lift. Now you're going to inhale as you lengthen and exhale as you lower. Okay, if you want to take the arms long, arm bones into the back, carry on with the first two if you need to, and I will use the ball as well to demo this as well. So you're going to inhale in neutral position, exhale, chest forward. Now as you slide the arms towards you, the chest and the gaze go forward, so you're feeling nice and long and the legs staying where they are, and then exhale to come down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, sliding those arms towards you. Got that arm back connection, length, and keeping as long as you can. You haven't got your shoulders on your ears, shoulders off the ears. If you have a ball, I know it will feel a bit more restricted. So you take the ball away from you, you're keeping it long. You're going to inhale, exhale, squeeze onto that ball. So just press with the heel of the hand. Roll the ball towards you as you bring that chest forward. Inhale, so come a little bit higher, without cheating. Try not to go into your lower back. I might have gone too high. Inhale, exhale, chest forward rather than lifting too high, but the ball is making that extension a little bit more possible. Again, inhale and exhale. Have a breathe if you need to. And coming up, lovely. Okay, stay here. Take a moment and you can let go of the ball. Bring the arms in. And we're going to come back into rest position. So again, be careful here, be aware of your knees, got any knee issues. So you're going to slowly bring the arms in. You're going to take it back. You can take the knees wide if you're warm, and then sit back on the heels. If your knees are, because I've got some knee problems as well, that sort of plays up through injuries. You can sit on your cushion and back on the heels. If you don't need it, that's absolutely fine. It's quite nice, comfortable. It just takes the pressure off the knee a little bit. So that breath I did in the series one, you're going to inhale, expanding through the rib cage, airing through the lungs. You probably feel it more here, and then exhale, squeezing all the air out on the out breath. Preferably through the nose. Any issues, hay fever, asthma, etc., breathe through the mouth if you need to. Let's take one more breath. Arm back connection. Inhale. Expand that rib cage and exhale. Breathing out, really empty those lungs out. Perfect. Okay, this is a great time to come into a 4-point kneeling position. You can move your cushion now. Okay, so you can do, if you have got the thigh stretch, I just thought of that now. You can have a stretch band, you can have weights, or you can have nothing at all. So you're pressing the tops of the feet down, the shins, the knees are pressed down, and our hips hugging in to keep you in parallel. The waist is long, you bring the arms up, but arm back connection, and simultaneously, but you're not going to flex, you're going to keep the spine extended, you're going to hinge back as the arms come into that diagonal, and then return. So it's great if you're quite tight on the quads, a nice thigh stretch. Inhale, exhale. So if you do use Pilates equipment, it's easier because you have the heavy springs. But this is nice. Mat has been underrated. You actually use your own body weight, and it's more challenging. So really press those knees down. You haven't got your springs, you've just got your own body weight, and you won't be able to go as far. You don't want to. You just want to take it where you feel comfortable. Exhale and inhale. Lovely. So this is nice to bring us to a 4-point kneeling. Not always comfortable, so do come out of it if you need to. 4-point kneeling position, we can challenge this. We can try and keep centered. So we're not going to do this. We're going to keep centered. So this is where the side body really has to work. Like your inner thighs, it's sort of like goes, use it or lose it type thing. Okay, so let's pick those hands up. So half lever, arm back connection. Good job. 2 more. Last one, change to legs. The pelvis is heavier, so it might be hard. You can bring it in towards you or we can lift. Pressing the opposite shin down. 2 more. Last one. Lovely. And then we're going to take it to the arm stretch. We can slide. We can slide without movement too much or lift. Neck long, spine long, and I'm looking at the screen. Okay. Even yourself out. And then with the legs, slide. But the thing is with this one, your pelvis will rotate. So when you come to the lift, making sure your pelvis stays in that neutral position. So you actually have your pelvis stays square, and making sure the shins are down on that supporting leg, so you don't want to wobble. You want to be here. Good job. One more each way. I've probably done more on the legs. And then you can pause on the next leg, or the one, your favorite leg, and then we can extend, or we can use our mat. Try not to, this is where I wobble, and not only wobble, I actually rotate and return and away. One more each way. So really connecting, your center's really working here. Everything's working, but mainly everything's coming back to that center, on whether you can balance on that, how strong. You do get stronger each time, I do promise you, because I was very weak. And then extend, hold it there, elbow to knee to elbow, count it 3 times, 2, and I can't count, 3, extend, away, arm back connection, and legs in the sockets. You can bring it down if you need to. Now keep the leg down if you need to, but if you want to challenge it, you can thread a needle through. Please remember, you can bring the leg down. So you've got that waist twist, you've got that upper back connection, and reach. Remember, you can lift if you're strong. That you need to if you want to challenge. And then open out. Let's do one more. Let's take it deeper this time. Remember, you can keep the leg down. Remember, not to fall. Many times I used to teach in-person class. God, there's only one person who fell once. It was me, and it was so embarrassing. And open and lift. Well done. Okay, we have the other side to do. So just get yourself into that position again. On back connection. Extending away. Now we've got elbow to knee. So this way I not only wobble, yeah, again I rotate more than anything. 3 times. 1, 2, head in line with the spine, neck long and spine long, lovely. And when you're ready, let's see, this is my weaker side, so I may topple over. Stretching out. I should take my cushion out of the way. And open. I'll do one with that because it's my weaker side. I shouldn't have to just move that cushion, and then reach, 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 reach. Lovely. So you feel that twist through the side body. That's, you know, you want to really strengthen that. That is part of your abdominal wall, and then return. Lovely. Okay, and then sit back on the heels, stretching out. Put your cushion there if you need to, through the lower back. Inhale and exhale. Okay, one last one before we, and then I'll go into the different series. Last one of this series, mini plank, and then we'll build up to our plank. The few alternatives here, we can come onto our forearms, okay, and then we press back. You feel like your hips will be a bit higher than your legs. Press back and forward about 3-4 times. Repeat on the other. Make sure the other leg is strong. Curl the toes under, making sure that little toes on the ball of the foot's down. So you're not literally on, you're not balancing on that nail. It can be really painful. So just make sure all the toes are down. Lovely. And then if you want to really connect the side body, connect your center, and then your hips will lower, and then you take forward back. So you really make sure that little toes in, your upper back's connected, and you can be here and challenge it. Okay. And then coming down, take a break, sit back on the heels. If, however, you want to just work a bit harder, you can fast forward this. From here, you want to be here. If your wrists aren't hurting, if they are, obviously stick to the forearms. Take that leg away. Make sure that little toe is pressed down. Your foot's in line, it's not here. It's in line with the hip. Collarbone open, you're going to press back. Again, about 3 to 4. Pressing the shins down the opposite leg, change with control, press back and forth. So make sure that you're on the ball of the foot as well. And change again for another 4 in each leg, or you want to come into plank, press back and forward and pull those abdominals in. Good job. Last one. Lovely. And then take a moment, sit back on the heels, turn the wrist. And then just take that last moment. Good job. Take a breath in. Inhale. Expanding the rib cage, airing through the lungs. And really, and while you're here, you can just like bend and straighten the fingers. And then exhale, squeeze all the air out. Okay, last but not least, I'll say this is the last one. Now, so if we just get the upper body to complement this. So I'm going to start with the 4-point kneeling, carefully come to 4-point kneeling. The press up guard. I mean, I wasn't taught the press up properly, but I've been myself working with a teacher. So we're here. So the elbows come towards you. So you press the hands down, elbows towards you. The chest is forward and left, and the elbows are tucked in. They're not out here and out. So we're trying to get. I know it's bicep and tricep exercise, but also we're getting the upper back involved and lower and lift, or we can come to the 3. Take our legs further back. You've got hopefully have a soft mat. Cross the legs, you're onto the soft part of the knee. If this hurts, come to that first when I have a breather. Chest forward, elbows back. Chest forward, elbows back. If, however, you want to try into the plank position, again, no pressure. Go over your wrist. I'm just giving you alternatives. Obviously, you don't have to do all 3. You can just do one of them. From your plank position, elbows back, chest forward. And that's, you're not literally taking the elbows out. So elbows towards you and the chest forward. Pressing the feet down. 2 more. Last one. Oh, and then coming down, just get your wrist. Excellent. So back on the heels, stretching out through that lower back. Inhale. Expand. And then exhale, squeezing all that air out. Lovely. Okay, excellent. Walk the hands back, lengthen tail, restack the spine. Okay, come into seated. We'll do a bit of a mermaid stretch as I'm here. The traditional one's here, but it feels quite tight. Let's take it up and over. Lengthen that underside waist without leaning. And then over. Let's lift that waist. Over. Up. Over. I know we're trying to lengthen that underneath waist. Perfect. Now, if it's hard to sit like this, you can just have your legs in front of you, and you can just do it again. So we're going to swap sides, wide. I really mean sometimes with my own clients, so I go here first. It's harder that, so especially when you're tight. So it's up and over, collarbone wide, lift, over. Okay, one more each way. Perfect. And over. Great stuff. Okay, end of this one. The next one, I'll go through the classical mat. Obviously, we break. I've broken some of the exercises down, so I like building them. But what I'll do on the next one, I'll just go through modification as well, from the hundreds to the full classical, and then we'll see where we can break it. So just to show you what you're aiming for, plus more. There's more to come as well. So it's great to see, great to work with you. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Obviously, I'll have some worksheets, some handouts and questionnaires, and any questions you need to ask, obviously, we'll get in touch, and we'll see how you get on with your progress, etc. Excellent. Okay, and presentations too on the way at some